Oh yeah, welcome to the No Filter Podcast special event. We're back. We back out here special eventing on you hoes. Just so y'all know, like we need y'all to be aware and fully understand that we on special event mode right now. So that's just what we doing. So yeah. Am I sharing, Moot?
It's up there. I can see VLC Media Player.
Okay. So we're gonna watch this whole clip and then me and Mookie's gonna talk about it a little bit. And then we're gonna watch another clip that's a little bit longer and we're gonna start talking about this shit just because we want to. Just so y'all are fully aware.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can.
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So
I'm
you
not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
My work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide.
Well,
So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
You in opinion.
Bruh, that shit was crazy.
I didn't know.
Right? It's like they was just fucking with her. They was fucking with her to fuck with her. And that's what this whole podcast is about to be about. Me and Mook is just about to sit here and let y'all listen to what we got to say about these white folks fucking with this very accomplished black woman. This is goddamn ridiculous. Like, in every sense of the fucking word. Like something's wrong with this fucking whole goddamn thing. All the way around the block. Something wrong with it.
From beginning to end, it was fucking mesmerizing to me. It was like white people don't have nothing better to do with their life. And it gets infinitely worse. And again, we're only going to show you bits and pieces of this thing. Oh my God, it gets significantly worse. It's, oh my God. If y'all don't know
Like
who
this-
she is, y'all need to check her resume. Like,
Right. Like this number one, right? I'm not even going to start talking about the whole who she is thing as of yet, right? This is a grown ass woman. This is a grown ass fucking woman.
oh,
You not finna sit here and be trying to belittle some grown ass woman. And while you are a politician and you are elected, there's very little you've had to earn. She's earned the things. The reason she is sitting where she's sitting, being questioned about what she's being questioned about, she has fucking earned. In every sense of the fucking word. This is outlandish. Define woman. You know that's a trap. Like number one, I was proud of Shorty because she had the wherewithal to understand that the bullshit question was the bullshit question.
exactly.
Because as the Supreme Court, future Supreme Court justice, you're asking her to make a statement that is political, and that's not necessarily her job. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, well, nah, in this context, what are you saying? Because if a trans woman enters her courtroom, that would be used if she would have answered with the definition of a biological woman, or if a biological woman and a biological man, or say that the shit with the trans women in sports pops up and makes it to the Supreme Court. She's going to be held to the fire. So she had the wherewithal, clearly illustrating she's smarter than you stupid motherfuckers, to not go down the rabbit hole. This shit was fucking crazy to me.
And that's what pissed him off the most, is that she was definitely infinitely smarter than everybody that was up there asking these motherfucking questions.
Everybody in the room, she is smarter than.
Yes, hands down.
So here we go.
That has been widely cited, made the observation that presidents are not kings. What does that mean? And what are some of the most important bulwarks in our constitutional system against the abuse of executive power, against tyranny?
The Constitution, in its design, puts the legislative authority in Article 1 and gives it to the Congress, the power to make laws. It puts the executive authority in Article 2 and gives it to the president, the power to execute the laws. And it puts the judicial authority, the power to interpret the laws, in Article 3 and gives it to the court. The separation of powers is crucial to liberty. It is what our country is founded on, and it's important, as consistent with my judicial methodology, for each branch to operate within their own sphere. That means for me that judges can't make law. Judges shouldn't be policymakers. That's a part of our constitutional design, and it prevents our government from being too powerful and encroaching on individual liberty.
There is a love in this country that is extraordinary.
Like the fact that she's given these motherfuckers a lecture in something that they do and they understand, like that they should understand, because they may not, which is why we have a lot of complaints about why the fuck shit is fucked up the way it's fucked up, right? Like we can say that. That's fair. If she had to break it down for him in that way, that's kind of stupid.
Everything about this really was an eye-opening experience. Not so, okay. Let me make sure I check. I knew that there were people, I knew that people were on there. I knew this. But it's just like with the first, like you start to see it. Like once it's recorded and it's out there for human consumption, you see it more prominently. It's like, why are y'all like this? Like, what is wrong with that? Like, and the way she answered that question was, I love her. I love her to death. Like, she handled her business, and she knows, just like you said, she knows how to navigate it and answer the question, not get trailed off into some irrelevant bullshit. She answered the question that was presented. And that's a beautiful thing. I wish I had that. I wish I had that ability. I don't have that ability.
You just be ready to snap the fuck out on people.
Yeah, I'm ready to go down the rabbit hole any day of the week.
Right, hey, you preaching to the choir, because clearly I don't have the capacity to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking don't. Like you start trying to talk to me like you crazy, I'm asking you if you want to go the fuck outside.
Right.
Like I want to know what the deal is. Like, what's up? You're being disrespectful to the motherfucker. Like, what's up? We got beef. There's some shit we need to handle, motherfucker. Like, what's up?
Like, you got a problem with me? We can solve it. We can solve it outside.
Right? Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. You bitches ain't finna be talking to me like this. Like, number one, I'd have been like, first and foremost, bitch, I went to Harvard. Don't ask me this dumb shit. like I've been sitting on the Supreme Court of Appeals for years, and I went to Harvard. I will fuck you up. Like, this is crazy. So before we even get into Cory Booker, Cory Booker's an interesting motherfucker. I'm not a huge fan, right? Never really been a huge fan. He's like, I don't hate him as a politician type thing. I just dislike politicians, and he's kind of one of those politicians. Like, I'm just like, he's still live in the hood and shit, they say. Like, he be there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he represents, he does what he's supposed to be doing and all this and other shit. But Then when he gets like at a public forum like this, he does this kind of shit.
Exactly. It's
Yeah, just we're gonna watch.
You
Yeah.
admitted it about your parents. They loved this nation, even though there were laws preventing them from getting together. When they were loving, there were laws in this country that would have prevented you from marrying your husband. It wasn't that long ago, it was last generation.
He just be
But they
grandstanding.
didn't stop loving this country, even though this country didn't love them back. Today, you're my star. You are my harbinger of hope.
He just be grandstanding the grandstand.
This country is getting better and better and better. And when that final vote happens and you ascend onto the highest court in the land, I'm going to rejoice. And I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, will be better because of you.
Does sentencing have a deterrent?
He just be talking the talk.
and I think that's what it was. I think that's what he is. He's just out there to hear himself. It's like because he really didn't.
But listen, we talking shit and we on the podcast, so we kind of doing what he doing.
That's why it was thin ice. It was very thin. It's very thin ice that we're working on. I'm like, but like you said, I just feel uneasy about it. Like I can't, a motherfucker that I can't put my finger on is a problem for me. Like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, you're either one thing or you're another, and I can deal with either or. The motherfucker I can't put my finger on, I'm like, you sir.
He's a chameleon. He plays to his audience.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, but even knowing he's a chameleon should put me at ease, but it doesn't. It's like I still don't.
Because you don't know look, you don't know which colors he's gonna pop up with.
There you go. Because I know some chameleons, and I know in any given situation, I know exactly what they're gonna do in that situation. That one, I can't. I don't know for sure. It could go either way for me. It could go either way.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Component.
Yes, Senator, deterrence is one of the purposes of punishment, and Congress has directed courts to consider various means of achieving deterrence. One of them, as you said, is incarceration. Another, as I tried to mention, was substantial periods of supervision once the person.
So if I could may ask you, in your view,
ignorant
is
white
more
man
deterrent?
Why does ignorant white man cut off this fucking highly educated and accomplished sister? What the fuck is wrong with these people, man?
He wanted, because she was giving him the business, and the only way a motherfucker can do some shit when you get in the business is to fucking be like, oh no, I gotta change it to distract from the fucking question that was being asked. Like, he was like, oh shit, she had the answer for me. Wait, let me ask you this. wait, let me finish answering the question. It's like, what are you talking about?
Shit was a lot, bro.
That was wow. It was crazy.
Substantially supervised in terms of their computer use, who's looking at child pornography, than it is to put them in jail.
Senator, I'm not saying it's more or
That's
less.
exactly what you're saying. Folks, what she is saying, the reason she's always below the recommendation, I think, is because she doesn't use the enhancements available to her. She takes them off the table. And I think that's a big mistake, Judge. I think that every federal judge out there should make it harder for somebody to go on a computer and view this filth. That if you use that venue, which is the venue of choice for all these child pornography cases, that you use it against them.
And what we're trying to do is be rational.
This shit is just crazy.
In our dealing with some of the most horrible kinds of behavior. This is what our justice system is about. It's about judges making determinations in meting out penalties to people who have done terrible things.
It is not rational to take the venue of choice of child pornographers, the computer that have 85 million images on it, and not consider that feeding the beast. We're trying to get people to stop this crap. So when you troll on the internet and you pull down thousands of images of children from the internet, I want you to stop that.
Senator, every person in all of these charts and documents, I sent to jail because I know how serious this crime is. Every person, I discussed the harm of these terrible, terrible images to the victims who are portrayed in them. I talked about what this crime does to the children who are being abused in these photos, and on the other side of their terms of imprisonment, I ensured that they were facing lengthy periods of supervision and restrictions on their computer use so they could not do this sort of thing again. That's what Congress has required of judges, and that's what I did in every case.
All I can say,
Bruh,
You can tell he was looking for. He was like, "Oh shit!"
like number one, Lindsey Graham is a whole bitch to begin with, right? So we just gonna put that out there, a whole bitch. But I was like, I watched, like, so these are clips, but the whole thing and the way it flowed and the way he kind of laid it out, he's trying to paint it out like she was soft on child pornography.
Exactly.
And I was like, this motherfucker then lost his mind. Like, we're not talking about pedophiles. We're talking about motherfuckers who had images on their computer. So even if I send you to jail for 3 years and then I put you on paper for 10 years after that and restrict your computer usage and be able to monitor it, that makes more sense than sending you to jail for 5 years. And then when you get out, we have no ability to monitor. The fact that he was on the shit he was on was fucking my head up. I did not understand where he was coming from.
Because he didn't know where he was coming from. They were just trying to attack her with no rhyme or reason to anything. Their whole thing was not
Black
you.
woman, fucker.
Yes, not you. Whatever we have to say to throw doubt anywhere, shape, or form, we will do it. This motherfucker made zero sense at all. It is proof positive that motherfuckers do not like change. Old white people do not like change. This motherfucker made zero sense. Zero.
He said
None.
Zero.
None.
Like, this shit is crazy. Like, I'm sitting here watching it like, this is like watching, like, so this is like watching the auntie that you don't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like mom, sister, that's kind of uppity. You don't really fuck with her. But at the same time, she's still one of y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even her kids is uppity and shit. You don't really fuck with them at the family reunion or when they all at granny's house or whatever. And you like I love my auntie to death, but when the police pull up to the family function and they try to get disrespectful to auntie, you ready to put it all on the line? That's how I'm feeling.
Right.
I'm feeling that. Like that's the vibes. That's the vibes right now. Like, look, auntie, when ain't nobody else around, I got a lot of shit to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
But right
when
now,
it's on display, when it's out there in real time,
exactly.
We
like right now, we about to fuck somebody up for you.
We fighting together in this motherfucker.
Like this shit crazy as hell. Like it's just fucking crazy.
It is.
I can't believe this shit was occurring this way.
is that your view of how to deter child pornography is not my view. I think you're doing it wrong, and every judge who does what you're doing is making it easier for the children to be exploited.
Do you think America would be safer or less safe if we release all the detainees at Guantanamo Bay?
Senator, America would be less safe if we don't have terrorists out running around attacking this country. Absolutely. America would also be more safe in a situation in which all of our constitutional rights are protected. This is the way our scheme works. This is how the Constitution that we all love operates. It's about making sure that the government is doing what it's supposed to do in a time of crisis. As Justice Gorsuch said, the Constitution is not suspended in times of crisis. The government still has to follow the rules. Certainly in year 1 and year 5, I was still a district judge, and both of those years differ dramatically from my work as an appellate judge, which is where I'm currently stationed. In every job in
These
year 1,
condescending motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves.
I
Look at
don't
their
know
looks.
that I had
Just
quite
their faces.
pinned down at the very
But he
beginning
does have a very country
exactly
face.
how I would approach cases, but by the time I got to year 5, I think I had a really good sense of this judging thing, and was able to demonstrate in my opinions, the many, many opinions that I've written, the way in which I go about making my decisions. I was able to demonstrate clearly, I think, that the particular parties in the case, the issues in the case, what it's about, from a standpoint of personal preference is not an issue. I'm setting those things aside. I am ruling from a position of neutrality and trying to determine in every case what the law requires. I'm committed, I think my record shows, to the understanding that that is the role and the only appropriate role for a judge. I took up, not too long ago, but took up the fiber arts, as they say. My mother is an expert crochet artist. She makes beautiful pieces of all kinds, and I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to, and she tried to teach me when I was younger, and it didn't quite turn out. But
We're skipping
as
this
a-
portion.
Or any of these cases.
We're going to this
The question
asshole.
is why-
This is
This is
the part that I wanted right
On
here.
crochet,
This
I
is the
talked to
smoke
my
that I
mom.
wanted.
I started making hat. Oh,
Yeah, Cruz,
I have a.
he
basement full of
deserves to be
yarn.
smacked in the mouth.
If you'd like to come over.
You said,
So before we even get into Mr. Asshole here, because I mean at this point, like seriously, if I bumped into him in the street,
I'm
they
fucking
have to
with
arrest
you.
me because I'm putting hands and feet on this motherfucker.
Look, and I'm here too, and if I ever catch that motherfucker anywhere out there, look, never mind.
Hands and feet,
Look,
hands and feet, partner.
You
You ever bump into this senator? Hands and feet.
You a whole fat ass dickhead. And I'm
Hands
still
and
mad.
feet.
And I'm still mad you left us out here with no fucking heat and light while your ass was on the motherfucking crew. You fucking fat fuck. You
Oh
fat
my
bitch.
god. Hands and fucking feet, boy. This shit right here, this for me was the highlight of her motherfucking experience. And then this is where a lot of the political shit starts to fuck with me, right? Because I'm about being a stand-up motherfucker. I'm about doing what you say you're gonna do. Like you believe in something. So you have Cory Booker sitting in a room listening to how he is talking to her and how Lindsey Graham is talking to her. And Cory Booker doesn't get up. Okay, maybe he's not the type of motherfucker to get up and put hands on a motherfucker, right?
Right. But you are.
But he also not saying, hey, y'all ain't gonna talk to her that way. Y'all need to show her some fucking respect. Like at a minimum, I feel like that should have taken place.
And
Which is why, right? That's why we get the uneasy feeling about Cuz. Because he say one thing, but he's doing something totally different.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you said this in this great country, and I'm gonna rejoice when it. And then
so Cory Booker went after them though. You know what I'm saying? Like Cory Booker, right? So it was like Cory Booker went, and then she only had 5 more people. So Cruz had already went, Lindsey Graham and them had already went. But I'm still like, if that's what I'm going to say when it's my turn to talk, and I'm talking about how great and wonderful that this opportunity is, and how, like, number one, this is a foregone conclusion. Shorty's going to the Supreme Court. this is all pointless because they don't have the votes to stop her.
Right.
Factual information, right? So never mind any of the bullshit. She's gone. She would have had to do something wildly inappropriate, get up, pull a titty out or some shit to not go.
Right.
So she's gone. So all of this shit is just a formality so they can be disrespectful in public.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm like, at that point, as Cory Booker, like, bruh, how you don't, like, motherfucker, y'all not finna talk to her like that. Like, y'all just not. Like, not while I'm sitting in the room with her, y'all not finna be disrespectful. Like, when I get up to go to the bathroom and then I come back and see what happened while I was gone, cool. But you're not finna be disrespectful like this while I'm sitting here.
At all.
That shit was crazy.
That's why I can't be like, if I'd have been her husband, like that. See, it's weird because like
they all better than me.
Yeah,
they're right.
Because I'd have been in that motherfucker. I'd have been no, if you fuck, I'd have been in that bitch throwing the goddamn chair. Fuck you talking about wife like that for, bitch. I don't give a fuck who you are.
This was egregious. What did you sentence Stewart for? The guidelines said 97 to 121 months. Prosecutor said 97 months. You said it's egregious. 6,700 images. You come in 57 months. Why did you sentence him to just 57 months in the Stewart case? Do you want to address that? Because you're claiming it's cherry picking. In fact, you're welcome to explain any of these cases, but let's take the Stewart case. Why did you sentence him for half the amount?
You're not recognized, Senator Coons.
You don't want her to answer that question?
You wouldn't allow her any.
Mr. Chairman, she may answer the question. I've asked her why she sentenced Stewart.
You've gone over the time, Senator, by 2 minutes.
Why because you've interrupted me for 2 minutes, Mr. Chairman. Will you allow her to answer the question, or do you not want the American people to hear why, with someone she described as an egregious?
There comes a point, Senator, where you get a little bit.
Chairman Durbin, will you allow her to answer the question?
You won't allow her to answer.
I will happily allow her to. The question is,
Senator,
why did you sentence Stewart, an egregious child pornography possessor, to half of the amount
please, sir,
requested by the prosecutor?
Please, Senator.
All these motherfuckers are just campaigning for the next presidential election.
Senator Coons.
Why are you not allowing her to answer the question? There's not another senator here that has not allowed her to answer the question. I'm not asking another question, but allow her to answer the question, Chairman Durbin.
Thank you, Chairman.
Why do you not want the American people to know what happened in the Stewart case or any of these cases? Chairman Durbin, I've never seen the chairman refuse to allow a witness to answer a question. You can bang it as loud as you want.
I can just tell you, at some point, you have to follow the rules.
Okay, will you let her answer the question? You've been interrupting, and by the way, with Senator Graham, it went 10 minutes over. You've taken a big chunk of the time. Will you allow her to answer the question?
You've given her.
Why are you afraid of her? She's welcome to answer it right now. Will you let her?
Senator Coons.
Will you let? So no, you don't want her to answer the question?
Senator Coons.
Will you let her answer the question?
I treated those cases and
that shit was crazy to me.
Very seriously.
That shit was wild.
And imposed a sentence that was sufficient but not greater than necessary to promote the purposes of punishment.
Judge, you gave him 3 months. My question is, do you regret it or not?
Senator, what I regret is that in a hearing about my qualifications to be a justice on the Supreme Court, we've spent a lot of time focusing on this small subset of my sentences, and I've tried to explain.
You regret that
many
we're focusing on
times.
your cases? I don't understand.
No. I'm talking about the fact that you're talking about
Child pornography
7
cases.
very serious cases.
I'm glad we agree on that.
Some of which involve conduct that I sentence people to 25, 30 years.
3 months in this case, Judge. Do you regret it? You haven't answered my question yet. Do you
Senator,
regret the sentence?
Senator, I would have to look at the circumstances. What I'm telling you.
You know the circumstances. We discussed it for half an hour yesterday. There's a 55-page transcript, which I'm sure you've read. You lived it. As you've emphasized to this committee over and over, you've lived it, right? You said that you've been through all of this. You've looked at all of the images. You're the one who's had to endure all of it. You gave him a 3-month sentence. I just wonder if you regret it or if you stand by it.
When one of my teachers discouraged me from applying to MIT because they didn't want me to be disappointed, I turned that discouragement into motivation. Judge Jackson, I know that you too have been doubted on your way to the seat that you find yourself in today. Even over the last 3 days of this hearing, your experience and qualifications have been called into question by some, despite your clear, lengthy record of talent, achievement, and accomplishment. So I want to end my time today by asking you this question. On behalf of the young people I visited with last Friday in South San Francisco, and for the many others across the country who are watching this confirmation hearing today, what would you say, Judge Jackson, to all those young Americans, the most diverse generation in our nation's history? What do you say to some of them who may doubt that they can one day achieve the same great heights that you have?
I hope to inspire people to try to follow this path because I love this country, because I love the law, because I think it is important that we all invest.
At any rate, that shit was a lot, bro.
That whole thing was
That shit was a lot. So, mommy, thank you for never having to put yourself through this type of scrutiny, so I wasn't catching no bodies from people disrespecting my mom. I just like I just gotta let you know. So when you hear this, understand. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to mommy for not putting me in a situation where I was gonna have to do nothing to nobody, because I ain't finna be watching this back. Like if that was my mom, bruh.
I'd have been in there first and foremost. And this man, I'm telling you,
Bruh.
I'd have went to jail that day.
Bruh.
I'd have went to jail straight up. It ain't even. I'm not even joking about it. I'm going to jail because them white people were some of the most disrespectful motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. And you could look and you could see it in her face too. As a motherfucker who gives away a lot of facial cues when he's pissed off, real shit, I saw it in her face. Some of them, like she ain't too far removed from where it was. She could slide back, and I saw it happening. But she fought through it, which is what I commend her on, because I don't have my slide is like a mud slide, bitch. It ain't stopping. I'm gonna get just as ignorant as you think I can be, because I'm gonna prove it to you. I can show you better than I can fucking tell you. And that's my whole
hashtag with the ER.
With the ER. And I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna look, Eric, it's gonna be so bad. Everything you thought would pale in the comparison to what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like, hands down. Like that shit was, and it's just like you said, she has the job. Like,
right.
What was your point? What?
Just to be disrespectful.
Exactly. That's all it was. It was one last fuck you to this woman before she left. And that's why I couldn't have had it. Because okay, fuck me? No, fuck you. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Duke of Petty, because King was taken. And I will fucking show you how petty I can fucking be. And you got me fucked up. Like that. White people got us. They got the on that.
That's the whole caucasity moment of the month.
Y'all motherfuckers have all of the audacity, man. Like, and it just goes to show you, like, real shit. And not to get super, super deep into shit. It doesn't matter, at being Black, it doesn't matter how many degrees, it doesn't matter your credentials, it doesn't matter none of that shit. When it boils down to the end of the day, man, all they see is a nigga. And I shit you not. It don't matter. You can have all the credentials and all the fucking accolades in the world. But that shit right there was proof fucking positive that all they see.
All day in the paint.
That's all they see. And that shit is fucking sad. And this is reality. And I know it's some of you motherfuckers out there, well, no, that's not me. Then that's you. You're the main one. The motherfuckers that say, not me, or motherfuckers say, well, I got black friends. Y'all are the problem. You are the main motherfucking ones. And that's on everything. You motherfuckers suck. Like, that shit was crazy. That was the most disrespectful thing.
No matter how much money you got, you just a rich nigga. If you get to be educated, you just an educated nigga.
At the end of the day, you gonna be a nigga. And that's all that is. That's all that is.
And that shit was on display. And some of them motherfuckers is younger than her, so that's super disrespectful.
And like the last dude, I was thinking that as I was looking, I was like, yo, how old is that motherfucker? Like, bitch, I'm older than you. There's no way in hell you should, bitch, get your fuck ass
out here disrespecting me. Like, have you graduated Harvard Law School, sat on the bench and practiced law? Like, are you fucking for real right now?
This motherfucker, do you regret it? You didn't answer my question. Do you regret it? I regret that you sitting right there. That's what I fucking regret. I regret your mama didn't swallow you. That's what I regret.
Shit, I don't even look. That was too nice of an ending. I wish your daddy shot that in your mama ass.
like I'm telling you, man. Like, she couldn't say it.
So you can be closer to the piece of shit you are.
Man, I'm telling you, look, she couldn't say what she wanted to say. That's why me and D are here. We'll say it fucking for you. We got your back. I told you, like you said. In person, we gonna have words, but what you not gonna do is I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect you outside of this family. That's what we not finna do.
There you go.
We can disrespect each other.
Auntie, I got some questions when it's me and you.
Yeah, like
we got some shit we need to hash out. But these motherfuckers ain't finna talk to nobody in the family like that.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And I am a fucking avid believer in that shit. I can talk shit about anybody in my family, but what you not finna do, you not finna talk shit about it. That's what you not finna do.
You better not utter a disparaging word.
I will fuck your world up. You can say the same shit I just said. I'm gonna fight you. I don't give a fuck. I said
you said it. What's your point, bitch? Don't go repeating everything you hear.
Exactly. That's how you get it. Did your mama teach you that? Keep your mouth shut. Shut the fuck up. Shit weird, man. Like those white people, man. I shit you not. It is like
yeah, bro.
If y'all don't believe in nothing else, that shit was right there for the world to see. And even if you're not privy to everything, because I am not, and I am not well versed in everything. I'm not. However, I knew that this proceeding was a fucking formality. That's all it was. It was literally just something for them to fucking feel good about. Because they could not do anything about it. And even if you don't understand that, that's cool. But for you to see how they were, and if you don't see it, you got a problem too. If you didn't see how disrespectful they were, if you felt like they weren't disrespectful, you're the problem. Hands down, I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. You are the fucking problem because that shit is disrespectful. That means you talk to your mother like that. That means that you talk to people who are older than you like that. That means you have no respect for anything or anybody. And that shit right there showed me exactly how little respect they have for Black people and people in general. But mainly Black people, because that's what this is about. So not Black. But I digress. That shit was disrespectful. All the way. I want every I don't know what you finna drop. I don't like it.
No, okay. I'll be done. That's cool.
I know what you was gonna draw, but I didn't like where it was going.
He said, oh shit, what's happening?
Oh my god, I didn't know where it was going. Oh my god, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers is playing, just so you know. Like, sis, hey, if this ever comes across and you ever get to see this, I mean, on public, wholeheartedly, I support everything you here to do. I hope you make the necessary changes that need to be made amongst all of them fucking folks up there that have been making decisions that adversely impact the entirety of our community and our lifestyle. And I will never utter a bad word about you in public. It will not happen. Auntie Kamala, same for you. Same for you, Auntie Kamala. But if we ever come across one another in real life, we need to clear the room of the non-melanated peoples because we got some shit we need to hash out. Love y'all both. But yeah, both y'all. Y'all my aunties. I fuck with y'all. Nothing but the utmost respect for y'all accomplishments and the things that y'all have done. But we are not. There are those of us with the ER hashtag out here that we ready to rap for the bullshit. We not for this bullshit that this political talking, backbiting back and forth, posturing shit. We ain't really with that. Just so you know, we not with that. We yeah. I've done so much worse for so much less. So we got you. We got you out here in these streets. You let it be known.
That's what we here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to keep your hands clean. That's what and this is really why we started the No Filter podcast. This is why we started this shit. This is the exact reason we started this shit.
Have these moments right here.
Yep, so it is never a question that we will fight the fights that you can't fight. That's what we are fucking here for. Don't get it twisted. I'm glad, like honestly, I'm glad we had this. I'm glad we had this one because
this special event lets it be known.
Yeah, this right here is what it's about. Like this is like we do other but this is the meat. This is the meat. This is the main course of the No Filter podcast. Because them motherfuckers pissed me off to a point where I was like, okay.
Yeah, but this may not have been uttered over last season or so far in the beginning of this season, but the official announcement when we started this was our focus is Black issues about Black folks, the shit Black folks go through. And I understand we live in a world that's inclusive, and we have shown you that we are inclusive. We are not hateful motherfuckers, but we are pro-Black 100%, and we ain't explaining shit. Ain't happening. This is a fucking window, not a door, as the fucking Diary of a Mad Black Scholar says. This is a fucking window, not a door. You are not invited into the house to speak on certain matters. You can look from outside the window to see what's transpiring. Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. There is not a better way for us to handle the situation. There is our way. That if you hear it, you feel offended, you feel whatever the fuck you want to feel, come see me about it. And I don't mean internet, none of that. Come fucking see me about how you really feel, and we can really have this discussion however you want to. And if it escalates to the point you didn't want to escalate it to, you know you should have kept your fucking mouth shut. That's really what it is. This is a window, not a door, right? Like, so I get, look, we be talking about relationships and funny shit and shooting the shit, and we still cool motherfuckers. Like, we chop it up and have a good time. We might have a whole podcast one time about the motherfucking weather, but we talk about the weather and how it affects Black folks.
It's always
I don't
Every
want y'all
time.
to make no fucking mistake about
Every
that.
time. It is from a black perspective. Everything.
Like,
Every time you hear us, it is from a black perspective. That's
like,
what
yeah,
it is.
like well, sometimes we just don't feel the need to highlight that, but understand the perspective from which we speak is decidedly dark. It's dark over here. It's dark.
Oh my God. This is great. I love this. I love this. I love this podcast. This is the first time you're ever going to hear me say it.
Right? Like,
I love this podcast.
look, the special events is what we look. So just so y'all aware, the special events is what we live for. We live for giving our take on the real shit and on the real happenings. Like these are the intimate individual conversations we can have with one another about these fucking topics that interest us, that y'all probably think don't interest us. By the way, fuck Ukraine and fuck Russia. Just so y'all know, we know it's still happening.
Yeah.
We don't care because it don't got shit to do with us.
That is simply, look, there's y'all discussion that y'all been wanting us to have. There you go. That's how we feel about it. There you go.
Hey,
Now,
ain't got shit to do with me.
now you don't never have to ask ever again.
Yeah, right. Like and yes, I actually have a vested interest to say some things about how Black folks get treated over there. But that conflict ain't got shit to do with me. I ain't got nothing. I'm good. I'm good on that. The special events, you know what? The special events is gonna happen a little bit more frequently, just so y'all know. They may not be as long, but they are definitely gonna happen, and you're gonna get them. So, like we said, you know, if y'all have something y'all want to particularly hear us discuss, hit us up. Let us know what that is. I mean, comment, email, shit, text me.
Yeah.
Right, that's what the fuck y'all do any goddamn way.
Like we got a whole goddamn email system set the fuck up, and y'all still call and text. Like, do what I say at the end of every fucking video. Stop. You know what? Fuck it. Text me. I don't give a shit. Well,
Yeah, like, you know what? About special events. Don't text me about that fucking podcast.
oh, yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. Don't text me about fucking Ari. Don't text me about fucking Benny. I'm telling you the fuck now. But if you want to text me about the special event shit with me and Mook, you can text that because I'm gonna be on the phone with Mookie already, and we either gonna laugh at you motherfuckers or we gonna be like, oh, this is a good idea. But if we laugh at you, we still gonna do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Y'all just not gonna like what happens when we do it.
Right? It's still
Right, that's really the
good
case.
times. Yeah, good times.
Just so y'all know, just y'all gonna have a better understanding. We gonna start pulling up some older content that we've seen. We've not necessarily discussed, but we've seen. Like we're definitely gonna touch the special event with the suspension of Whoopi Goldberg from The View. I need y'all to know that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut right now, Moog. You see that? See how your chest start beating? I had the heart palpitation.
It got swollen up. I got swollen up.
Yeah. That shit. We gonna touch that. That's definitely gonna get touched. Just so y'all know, I need y'all to understand that that's the type of shit we would rather touch those things in the special event. Podcast topics, cool. Like y'all want to come on the pod, that's what's up. Like that's cool. But yeah, if y'all want to have a special event, if one of y'all got a question and y'all, you know what, if you just want to get on for the first 5 minutes to outline your fucking question, and we will hit mute. And then if we don't effectively answer the question the way you want it to, we will unmute you so you can ask additional questions while me and Mook discuss whatever the fuck it is you wanted to hear us discuss. But yeah, don't hit us up personally about the pod. You like, we understand, like, yeah, y'all have access to us and shit, like that's cool. And like, and when I say text, I don't just mean text messages, because most of you motherfuckers ain't got my phone number. Like, but I mean, you're typing out messages that is being sent to a personal location via Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I mean, I'm not finna bullshit y'all and act like The world does not have access to deep. Just so you're aware, right? That's not a real thing.
That is
But,
an accurate statement.
Right? Like, but if y'all got some shit, you know, y'all think y'all want to hear about, like, and listen, there are a few topics, just so y'all are aware, that are completely off limits. Y'all don't know what they are. So if y'all broach said topic, they will not be brought up. We will glance over that shit. We will move the fuck on. There are a few that we are not willing to discuss in a public forum. That is because we are truly the no filter podcast. If we're having a discussion, there is no filter involved in the discussion. That is not to say there's some shit we ain't finna put no shit out here and be like, nah, this is crazy. Like, I'm not. So if one of you motherfuckers get a wild hair up your ass and start talking about motherfucking like trans ageism or like fucking being in love with kids and all that, no, bitch, no. And I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah.
Don't get.
Look, I was gonna say the same thing.
Right. Don't think that that's a topic. Like, don't do that. Don't
Like,
out yourself.
Don't look. Keep that shit to yourself, because all you're gonna do is make some powerful fucking enemies, brother. That's all
Right.
you gonna
Like,
do.
don't do it. Like, I get it. Like, you might be like, oh, so what do you think about this? Bitch, I don't think about that. And the fact that you just fucking put that here, I'm coming to see you.
I'm gonna find you.
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. I know the Addy. I'm pulling up.
Yeah, he fucked
I'm just
up.
put it out there. Like, so yeah, that is what that is. But you know, we do this. So the amount of content you're gonna get moving forward is gonna be more. Is gonna expand. Feel free. The big dogs that are out and about and searching, we don't want to advertise because we know everything we say. Everybody losing ad dollars. Just I'm not even talking. Listen, I'm not even talking about fucking up ad dollars. I'm talking about losing ad dollars. So that ain't what we on. However, if somebody want to tap us on the shoulder and you know, cut the check.
We here for it. Like, we here for it, but
right. Look,
be warned.
You motherfuckers can cut a little check. Y'all gonna still get us.
It's
not gonna be what you look. The shit ain't sweet. It's you know, it's like the Mexican candy. Like that shit. Spicy in the motherfucker.
Why is it spicy?
Open up that lollipop thinking you about to have some sugar. No, this is cayenne and jalapeno.
We'll take
with a dash of ghost pepper and habanero.
We gonna take the check and you gonna get the same shit you saw when you wrote us the check. It's not gonna be watered down.
But can y'all just do no.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Speaking of shout out, dang. Tia Marie, TikTok. She shouted out our podcast on her live. I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to do it.
It's real, sis.
Yeah, I wanted to do it on the podcast. I want to say thank you for giving us the shout out. I appreciate it. I love when Black people support other Black people. Thank you so much.
Collab whenever. I fuck with you.
Yep.
If somebody wants to smoke, I want all the smoke.
And like, if you want to join, even if you want to join us, you are more than welcome. You know how to hit me up. You know how to reach me. I just wanted to say, I wanted to address it publicly. I already talked to D about it. I told him about it. I wanted to address it publicly on the platform and let you know that we appreciate the love that you send out there. Thank you very much. Tia Marie, I think that's your name. When I post it, I'm gonna put your Addy on there somewhere. So it'll be out there for real. But thank you.
Word life, B. And always, I'm going to shout out Diary of a Male Black Scholar because it's my baby. It's my baby. Yeah, y'all should check that out. Y'all get to hear the instances and circumstances of a young man clearly raised by me. Interesting in and of itself.
Yes.
and currently attending a PWI. If you're unaware of what a PWI is, primarily white institution. And you can imagine if what I'm saying and something I raised in that environment, just putting it out there. I support it. Run up on her if you want to. Got guns.
Don't do it to yourself.
Remember that shirt? Got milk, got guns, bitch.
Oh, don't end up on a t-shirt. Don't do it. That's all I got to say about it.
If you end up on a t-shirt, I'm gonna come to your funeral and kiss your mama in the mouth.
All right, with that, we're gonna get on up out of here now. I think that was a good point as any. Let's just go ahead and sail on off. That right there is the best note to leave out on this podcast. This has been the No Filter Podcast special event. All right, if you. Oh my God, that's how. And I'm gonna post that part too. This has been a special event. Make sure you look for it. We're gonna do more of these. We may have people out here. It may just be me and D. It just depends on how we feel. But make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. We're on Facebook and YouTube. All right. If y'all got any questions, y'all want us to do more special events, y'all have something that y'all want to reach out with us for, hit us up at the No Filter Podcast 2022 at gmail.com. Or like he said, you can hit us up on Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, text us. Only about the special events. Do not hit us up about the damn podcast. That's something different. All right.
Podcast shit, send it to the fucking email, podcast shit. We the same motherfuckers, but we don't want to fucking field all of that in one spot.
There you go. I like what he said. What he just said. What he said right there. All right. If we ain't got nothing else, we up out of here. Thank y'all for watching us. No Filter Podcast special events.